Harvey Milk was born in Woodmere, New York on May 22, 1930. He grew up in a small, middle-class Jewish family. He attended Bayshore High School where he played football and sang opera. Milk also worked at his family's department store called Milk's. He attended New York State College for Teachers and graduated in 1951. After, he joined the U.S. Navy and served as a diving instructor at a base in San Diego during the Korean War. He was discharged in 1955 and moved to New York City and worked various jobs. In 1972, he moved to San Francisco and opened a camera shop called Castro Camera on Castro Street. Milk was not open about his personal life. Ever since high school, he knew he was gay, but kept it to himself. This all changed when he became friends with multiple gay radicals who visited often. As his camera shop became a neighborhood center, Milk found his voice as a leader and activist. In 1973, he ran for a position on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, but lost. 2 years later, he ran for the same spot and lost again. Then Milk had become a political force. He was an outspoken leader in the gay community and had political connections. Some of those connections were San Francisco's mayor, George Moscone, Assembly Speaker and future city mayor, Willie Brown, and future United States Senator, Dianne Feinstein. In 1977, Milk finally had won a seat on the San Francisco City County Board. He had become the first openly gay officer. Milk incorporated gay rights into his platform, but also wanted to address other serious issues. During this time, homosexuality was considered a mental illness. However, Mayor Moscone, a supporter of gay rights, abolished the city's anti-sodomy law. Supervisor Dan White was a non-supporter. He was elected in 1977 and always went against Milk on political issues. A year later, White resigned from the board, saying his salary of $9,600 was not enough to support his family. But eventually, White changed his mind and asked to be reappointed. Moscone refused and was even encouraged by Milk and others to fill White's spot with a more liberal board member. On November 27, 1978, White entered City Hall with a loaded gun. He stopped to talk to Mayor Moscone. It turned into an argument, and Moscone still refused to reappoint White. Then White took out his gun and shot Moscone twice in the chest and twice in the head. After, White went down to the corridor and shot Milk twice in the chest, once in the back, and twice in the head. White turned himself in soon after. Injustice and civil disobedience movement. In the mid-20th century, homosexuals were legally discriminated in the United States. Milk became involved in local politics and ran for office to encourage equality and improve the lives of people living in San Francisco. Milk's goal was to change the stereotypes that existed about gays. He did not only accomplish that, but he promoted the passage of a gay rights bill. Milk also spoke out against a barrage of legislation which would restrict gay civil and political liberties. Impact on society. Milk affected society in a positive way. He stood up for the gay people who felt powerless. Milk made sure his voice was heard to many, and it worked. When Milk won his spot in the office, he inspired gay youth, and they reached out to him. Milk gave the kids hope and motivation to keep fighting for equal rights. Even though discrimination and hate was still around, he made a difference for the gay community.